What's up, y'all? It's your girl Venicia LaShawn, and today we are back with another video. Today is going to be a freshman advice video since, school's starting up soon, and I know I've been missing for, 2 weeks. So, we coming back with the back to school series, and we finna get lit. We finna get lit for real. So, this video is just going to be for, all the incoming freshmen that's scared to ask any questions or need advice or tips on anything. So that's what this video is for. But before we get started, make sure you like, comment, and of course subscribe, because if you're not subscribed, then sweetheart, what are you doing? Also, make sure you follow all my social media. They'll be linked down below, so make sure you go follow those. And now, let's get on to the video. Alright, y'all, so I do have 6 topics that I am going to touch on from my experience up to now, this upcoming school year that I am going to be a junior. I'm going to just say stuff that, I noticed. So I do have them written down. So if you see me looking down, that's what I'm reading, or that's what I'm looking at. So the first topic we're going to get to is confidence, because I personally feel like since you're going into high school, you're not with the little dogs no more. You're not in middle school. You're not with you're with people your age, but you're with people that's way older than you. You in seniors, juniors, sophomores, everything like that. So you have people that's around you that are older. And I personally feel like when you do go into high school, you're going to feel, I'm not going to say insecure because everybody don't feel that way, but you are going to kind of feel out of place because you're coming into an environment that you have never been in before. Unless you got older siblings that's in high school, but even with that, you're going into a fresh new environment, so you really are just experimenting with the stuff that you do and the people that you meet. So I personally feel like confidence is a big thing to have. You ain't got to be cocky, but as long as you could be well, yeah, I look nice, yes, this and that, you don't have to have cockiness, because there's a difference between being cocky and being confident, So I personally feel like having self-confidence is a big plus, because you're just and plus on top of that, you're going into adulthood, or you're getting into them years to where you're going to have experiences with friends, and you're going to have experiences with relationships. So it's you're going to have to you're getting into that transition. So that's one thing I do say is a big key to have. And if you have problems with confidence, you can always spend time with yourself. You can always get to know yourself. If you feel like for you to be a baddie, that you got to go get your hair done, go get your hair done. You feel me? If you feel like you gotta be a baddie, go get your nails done. If you feel like you gotta be a baddie to do that, go ahead and do it, because it's added on to your confidence. You be like, yeah, I'm that girl, and ain't nobody gonna tell me nothing. And plus, do not let anybody dumb down your confidence, because, honey, if they dumb it down your confidence, that mean they ain't confident themselves. So they gotta come at you because they see that you look good and you feel good about yourself. So they're gonna try to dumb that down to try to make you be like, oh, she's not even all that for real. Well, obviously you think you're not all that either if you gotta mess with my confidence. So that's all I gotta say about that. So now let's get on to the second topic. So kinda tying into the last topic, this topic is making friends. Now, there is a lot of ways in school that you can make friends. You're gonna have classmates, so you can have friends in class. You can have, if you play sports, you do basketball, football, cheer, anything like that has an extracurricular activity. You could have friends that way. You can be in clubs, you can be in a whole bunch of different things to have a whole group of friends. You ain't gotta have a big group of friends. And I'm gonna let you know this now. The friends, and it's just growing up, period, you're not gonna have the same friends that you have freshman year, senior year. All of them friends, yeah, it might be cool to have all them friends, but trust me, all them friends not gonna last till senior year. All them years ain't gonna last till freshman year of college. Like, it's just a part of growing up. You're gonna naturally grow out of people. You're gonna naturally drift away from people. And personally, when you do that, you don't even have to have animosity with them people, because at the end of the day, it's just growing up. But I do say, you know, if you feel like you have issues with being friends, like you're too shy or you don't really talk a lot, I do say get into like extracurricular activities. So like you could be in some clubs, you could do sports. I personally, freshman year, I did basketball. So that's how I made some of my friends that I do have. I played basketball with them. I did join a club, but that didn't really last long because I did basketball. But that's literally all I say to do is, you know, venture out. Like, you don't got to be like, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that. Like, you don't have to do it like that. But, you know, do go dib and dab and different things. Like, if you want to try something new and you want to join a club, go join that club. But also make sure that it's something that you really do like. Don't just go into it because everybody else is doing it, or just don't go into it because your friend's doing it. Well, your friend's doing it, so now you want to do it. If it's something that don't make you happy, then don't do it. But I personally say that you should, especially freshman year or just any year in high school in general, that you should be in clubs and be engaged, because that is also another way for you to put, say if you're going to college, that is also a good thing that you could put on your college to get into college, because it makes you be like, okay, so she was in this, she was in that, you know, she got different things under her belt, you understand? So that's all I say about that. And yeah, be mindful of what I said about the having a whole group of friends, because a lot of people don't tell you having a whole lot of friends can create a lot of drama. I don't say it does all the time, but it definitely can. So you don't want to be feeding, you don't want to be feeding in to that drama freshman year. You don't want to be fighting this sophomore over something that's so dumb. Like, it's not worth it. I ain't never fought nobody, but it's not worth the drama, because it's like, what was it for? It was for nothing. But that's all I say for making friends. So now let's get on to the next topic. Okay, so this next topic is something I feel like I had to put in this video, because a lot of freshmen fall for it, and it's really a scenario when it comes to high school. I don't know if I used the right word for that, but I wouldn't say it's very common, but you're gonna always have that one freshman that does it. But it ties into relationships. So this scenario, you probably know before I even said it, but it's always that one freshman that dates that senior that's about to graduate, if they do graduate, and you're this young man, young woman that are finna be man, you know what I'm saying, that just came in high school from middle school, and you're messing with this senior that's about to graduate. Now, how I personally feel about it, it's not worth it. It's not worth it, because that can cause a lot of drama. All the stories I be seeing on YouTube with these type of couples are just what it's always like a mind game, because like it's always that senior is probably messing with somebody their age. Mind you, they are way more experienced compared to a freshman. And I can't really say that because like some people these days be a little wild. But that person has more experience than you. So it's like that person knows how to get into your head to make you do certain things, to make you out of your body. And it's like, it's not worth it, because that's how they can manipulate you into doing things that you ain't even thought you could do. And let's be honest, not freshmen, relationships freshman year, or just even in the teenage years, you probably don't even love that person the way that you say that you do, because majority of the time it is puppy love. You just like that person because that person is good looking, or that person can do this, or this person played basketball, football, and you like that. But it's like, you probably don't even know that person for real to be like, oh, I love this person, You just love the thought of them. Because I guarantee you, half of the people that you meet that you so-called love, growing out of high school, and you look back at that, be like, that person wasn't even worth it for real. That person wasn't worth fighting for. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you really gotta think, like, do I really like this person, or do I just like what they can do? Do I just like the fact that he can play basketball, or he can play football, or she does cheer, or she's known for this, known for that? And it's like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And I personally feel like for you to be in a relationship, you should at least try to be friends first. Like, actually get to know that person, know their favorite color, know the favorite food that they eat. You know, like, get to actually know that person, and just don't get to that person because they have abilities that you like. Like, say if I like an NBA player, and this senior in high school played basketball, and he probably like the biggest basketball player in the state. I like that person because he can play basketball. You get what I'm saying? Like, if that person can't help you physically, mentally, or even with school, and that just goes for anybody in high school, any relationship that you have, that person can't really help you, it's not worth it. Honestly, that's how I feel. So now we're gonna get on to actual school related topics. So let's get on to that. Okay. But what I mean by school related is like actual school work and classes, things like that. That's what I mean by getting to actual school advice. So this next topic is staying organized. Now, we can be honest here. Buying all them supplies, cause I didn't have all the supplies, but like, you one of them freshmen that come into school with them heavy fat backpacks. I'm gonna let you know now, you do not need all that. You don't. If your school give you a school list, I guarantee you're not even gonna need everything on that list. Really, all you need is a backpack, notebook, folders, pencils. That's really it. Anything else, either the teacher got it, or you can buy at that moment that you need it. But the reason why I put staying organized in here is because it is very common to be unorganized in school, period. You could be all over the place. Personally, for me, I'm a procrastinator, so sometimes I do stuff at the last minute knowing that I'm not supposed to, unless like it's something that is handed to me weeks before. But sometimes I am a whole procrastinator. I'll do stuff at the last minute just because I can. Like, when I say make sure you get them folders, because them folders are very much needed. When you get the paperwork that is given to you, make sure you keep up with it, because I promise you, it's like, it rattles me, because it's like, I'm like that. And it's like, just stay organized. If you know that you got all this paperwork, break it up. You don't, and one thing is, you don't have to sit and get all that work done in one sitting, because if you know you don't have enough mental strength to do that, don't do it. Don't do it, because it's a part of overworking yourself, and you don't want to overwork yourself because you had all the time to do it. If you decided, hey, well, I'm gonna wait a few days to do that project, just know that it's a possibility that you're gonna have those nights where you gotta stay up and get that work done. That's just, either you gotta sit up and get that work done, or you're not gonna turn that work in. And you would rather, I promise you, you would rather turn in that work late than not turn it in at all. Because when at least you turn that work in, you at least get some type of grade for that work. You don't just want to, like, oh, I'm not gonna do it. Because I promise you, you not having that work done is going to build up. And when you get to senior year, they're going to look at you and be like, you can't graduate because you don't have enough credits to graduate. And now you're going to look back and like, oh yeah, I really should have did that work. Like, it's nothing wrong with turning in work late. There's actually teachers that actually be like, you're not going to get the full credit. Don't get me wrong. You're not going to get the full credit. But at least you sat there and got that work done to get a point. But like I said, there are teachers that let you turn in work late, but you're not going to get the full credit. But it's so much better getting that work in than not turning it in at all. Because you not turning it in at all is going to mess everything up to the point where you miss so much work, you can graduate. And who want to sit in high school for more years than 4 years? Nobody. So go ahead and stay organized and get that work done on time. Okay, so this next topic ties into the one that we just did, which was staying organized. So this one is basically just talking about grades and staying on top of your work, which ties together with the last one and the next topic, next and last topic that we'll be having. So I will say for this one is do all your work freshman and sophomore year, so you'll have like a relaxed junior year, and like you won't have as much work to do except your core classes for senior year. Because a lot of people not gonna tell you that. They just want you like, they're not gonna tell you that. Let's just put it like that. They're not gonna tell you that. If you get all your work done beforehand, senior year gonna go as a breeze. Like, you're not gonna have no classes besides what the core classes that you do have, which is probably math. That's the only one I can think of right now. But you know what your core classes are. It's those ones for senior year, and that's probably all you're gonna do. And I personally feel like sophomore year, people don't really take serious because you are transferring from middle school. So you're not in there, you're not really focused for real, but they don't take it serious. But I promise you, if you take freshman year and sophomore year serious, the next 2 years of high school is going to be a whole breeze. And I'm telling you that now. You really do want to shoot for A's and B's, probably 1C, maybe, don't quote me, but you really do want to shoot for A's and B's, because you can get academic scholarships. And if you plan on going to college and you don't have the money for it, that's the money right there. You can make millions off of just scholarships alone for having good grades. So if you don't have the good grades, you can't get no scholarship. You can't do one without the other. So make sure you get locked in with freshman year. Get them grades in, get them assignments done, them projects done. If you got a project that the teacher gave you a week to do it ahead of time. So when like you got like what, a few days left, you get to relax and be like, okay, well, I got my assignment done. I'm already done. I ain't got to do all that. You feel me? And also make sure that you study and actually take notes, because if you don't take notes, it's gonna get you in the long run. It's gonna get you in the long run. And say if the teacher gave y'all like an assignment or whatever and some notes to take, if you don't take them notes and she give you a test randomly, how you gonna pass that test? And you don't even know what's on the test. So make sure you don't have to have it all organized and color coded. You don't have to have all that. Just make sure you write it down to the point where you know what it's about and keep it as is. You don't have to have, all the highlighters and all the color pens. You don't even have to do that. As long as you make sure you have what the note is about and all the little things in between, and just keep it organized, and I promise you it's really gonna help you. And make sure that you at least take like 15 to 20 minutes minimum to study, because index cards are a good way to study. You don't have to do it, but as long as, like, say if you got a test and you got an extra class period or whatever, or you got free time to study over them notes, if you're not 100% sure that you can ace that test, because I promise you it is going to help. But I am one of those people, like, I could do that, but right when I get that test, it's over. But make sure you read over those notes like a good 2-3 times, because it's gonna get installed in your brain, and once it gets installed in your brain, you'll be like, okay, I got this for real. Like, I could really ace this test for real. So make sure you do that. Okay, so one thing that goes for both this topic and the next topic is getting sleep. This just goes for all the academic needs, like staying, or like it goes with all of that, because if you don't get sleep, how it don't make sense. If you stayed up till 3 knowing you gotta wake up at 5 to get ready for school, how you gonna stay up during school? Now, if you need to be like, okay, well, I got assignments to do that's at midnight, and I got to 11, or like it's like 10, 11, and you just now doing it, don't procrastinate. Make sure, if you know that you have an assignment due, like I said before, it is okay to turn it in late. You're not gonna get the whole 100 points or however many points it is, but as long as you turn it in, you're going to get points regardless. Just don't turn it in like months late, because like that, they probably not even taking out work no more. But it is okay to turn in work late. If you know you got an assignment due tomorrow, or if your teacher allows you to do work that day to turn it in, do it during that class period. Or if you have lunch, you got time to do it at lunch, do it at lunch. Or if you have any like personal period where like you can just sit and relax, do that work. Now, if your period, like the first day, you got like the first period of the day, then you just gonna have to do it at lunch, or you could turn it in later that day. But don't stress over it, because when you stress over it, it's going to cause a lot of havoc, and you do not want to do that. So I would rather have you turn it in late than risk all your sleep staying up all night long to finish the assignment, because you did all that when you could just turn it in the next day and it's done. You might, depending on the teacher's deadline, you might still get the 100 points because you turned it in the next day. Or you can, and I highly recommend, if you know you're going to turn it in late, let your teacher know that. Because if you don't let your teacher know that, they're going to be like, well, okay, she's not staying on top of the work in her class and she didn't inform me, so I'm gonna just give them this and call it a done deal. Do not do that. Let your teachers know, hey, I'm gonna be turning in this assignment late, or I'm not gonna be there at that period. Is there any way I can get this done? And still, even if, say, this was for me, but since I did play basketball, it was very common for me to miss like half of my last period of the day, just because, say, if we had an away game, I had to leave that class early to go catch up with them so I can go to that away game. But you always want to make sure that you let your teacher know if you're going to be missing anything, because they can be taking note of that, be like, okay, well, I can give her this work when she comes back, or I can record whatever this is for the class, or whatever class you're taking. I'd be like, okay, well, I can send this to her email so she'll know what's going on in class. It's all about communication. So if you don't let your teacher know, they're not gonna know. So you always want to and it also lets your teacher know, okay, she can take accountability for the things that she either missed out on or can't do up on time. So it's always a plus for doing that, because it lets them know that you are responsible for taking care of the things that you need to get done. So always make sure you do that. Now let's get on to the last and final topic. Okay, so this last and final topic is overworking yourself. Now, it is very common just through your high school year period, because you're going to get a lot of work. You're going to have them teachers that do overloads of work. Like during the COVID school year, teachers was handing out assignments like it was money. Like you had 2 assignments per day. And it's like, you don't want to overwork yourself with that, because for one, it's not good on your mental and physical health. And for two, it's just like, if you know that it's going to take a little while to do one assignment better than the other, do that assignment that you know of already, so it's like it comes quick. But if you need to take more time on an assignment, yet again, like I said on the last topic, make sure you let your teacher know that. Be like, okay, well, I'm gonna need more time for this project or for this assignment, or I'm gonna be turning this in late. Because then again, like I said, it shows that you're responsible, and it shows that you're taking accountability for the things that you cannot do at the moment. So overworking yourself, just, if you know that you're getting stressed out, take a break. Because you stressing yourself out for this assignment or for this and that, it's not worth it. And like I said, it's not good for your mental health, because it's building up stress, it's building up tension. You don't want that. You could lose sleep from that. It's not worth it. And then you staying up all night long, if you do to finish the assignment, that's not good either. I highly don't recommend it. But like, high school itself is just going to be a whole roller coaster itself. That's not including, the friends category and things like that. But I can say it does help build the person that you are once you leave high school. So of course you're gonna have them situations where you're gonna probably stay up till like 2-3 in the morning because of this assignment. Of course you're gonna have your your first heartbreak in there. You're gonna probably lose some friends that you thought was like your ride at odds for real, but I promise you, all them situations you go through in high school is gonna build you into the person that you're going to be when you graduate. So it's like when you look back, you'll be like, oh, I was really tripping over this, or I was really doing that and doing all this and doing the things that you should and shouldn't have not done. You're gonna be like, well, okay, well, I could take note of that in the future. Be like, I'm not gonna put myself through that, or we're not gonna allow that, or I can open my shell up to do this and things like that. Like, high school is really going to be an experience, and I definitely do say, you know, just take the time to just live a little bit, you get me? So that is the end of this freshman advice video, which is going to be the first video of our back to school series. So make sure you stay tuned for all the rest of the videos we got coming, because like I said in the beginning of this video, we finna get lit for real. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Make sure you like, comment, and of course subscribe. All my social medias will be linked down below, so make sure you go follow those for all the behind the scenes and everything like that. And now I'll see you in the next video. Bye.